Hi, this is Thomas with Accounting Services Unlimited again. I'm here with AnaMaria with CNET Creations and Viva Nola magazine. I know I did that backwards this time.
That's fine.
They did. um, we're here to talk about advertising and marketing along and how it tangles up with the accounting, books, and taxes. Hi, AnaMaria.
Hello, Thomas.
All right. We're going to talk about the first thing that really matters about what's going on this summer. You ready?
Yeah, I am ready. I'm
Okay,
ready to see Colombia win.
Yeah, let's win it all. Okay, so go ahead, get yours.
Oh,
I'll show you
colorful
mine.
background.
Yes.
Yay!
So because I'm Mexican American,
Well, I need to share that one too. So
the Mexican one.
No, the American one.
Oh, okay. All right, good.
So yay!
All right, here, yay! The World Cup.
Woo!
Go to the games, watch the
Yes.
games. Wait, hold on. There we go.
And have
Yay.
fun.
And have fun.
I love
Have
soccer.
fun.
Football. I want to call it football.
Football. I was just telling AnaMaria the last time I saw Colombia play, I think it was versus Ecuador. On TV, me and a friend of mine, we're going to do a shot every time somebody got a yellow card, and they got 12 yellow cards in the game. Yes,
That's
mostly Colombia.
very violent game.
And,
Sorry.
We barely made it to the end of the game because my liver couldn't take any more.
Oh, you got a yellow card?
I got a yellow card too.
Probably a red
I
one.
think I got a
Yeah.
Nice. So anyway, World Cup. You. So AnaMaria, we're talking about what your company does and what you do. Tell us about it.
So my company really started with being a bilingual magazine, multi-platform magazine. So we started
What
with
platforms?
So yeah,
love
so
that.
print and digital.
Okay.
Since we started, I wanted a digital component to it because some people don't want traditional media anymore. So we had a very good website, and the magazine can be flippable digitally. We also have social media, of course, Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, and we're very active on those. To give obviously more eyes and more audience to our customers, to our clients. And so that's what we've been doing for 8 years with Viva Nola. But because my background is television, I'm been a producer for a long time. I wanted to have the video component to that. And now I have a creative studios where we have like 3 different sets, and we're producing content for clients, for the social media, for their digital campaigns, for just doing everything digitally like that they love because they can measure that. And we love that too. So that's what we're doing. That one is called CNET Creative. And then Viva Nola magazine is a Latino focused magazine.
Right. You guys lift up a lot of businesses in the Hispanic community in your magazine, isn't that?
Yeah, we love to portray different businesses and also people doing great things in the community. We're trying to elevate the Latino community in Louisiana. So, yeah.
Well, the Hispanic community, Latino community is only growing, as we know.
Exactly.
I have, we have at Accounting Services Unlimited, have a percentage of our business, of our clients that are Hispanic, Spanish speaking. And it's fun to watch it grow, and the food's getting better in town.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. We have a lot of variety there.
So one of the things that we were talking about is how marketing and advertising affects business. We talk about making sure that if a business isn't advertising, you can tell because the business gets stagnant. What do you see when it comes to that?
Well, people still rely a lot on mouth to mouth, but that can only go so far, right?
Right.
You have this tiny device now where you can broadcast to the world. So why not try to be there present and tell your story, tell people what you do to win them over that way? So, a lot of people focus a lot on like big following, but you only need the right following to get those viewers or that audience to convert into actual clients. So you can do that through many different ways, but content, using your content, your words for the SEO, using podcasts like this to be an expert in your field is very important. So there is so many different things people can do. And I believe that going with an agency or a company that knows how to do it is the best way to do it. Although I see many people trying it on their own,
Right.
which is fine too,
Everybody
right?
thinks that they're a 16-year-old kid that can do a TikTok video dancing in front of.
Yes, there is a lot of strategy behind making it
Right.
work. But I mean, if you don't have a budget for it and you want to try it yourself, you definitely should do it. But once you're established, you really want somebody who knows what they're doing to drive your strategy.
Correct. Well, I mean, I never am a fan of somebody that doesn't know, if they're not in the industry, trying to do the work. I'm not going to watch a YouTube video and build a house. I'm not going to watch a YouTube video and try to fly an airplane. Experience matters, and
True.
it's just one of those things. Yeah, if you need to know how to program a garage door opener, sure, YouTube can do that. It's not important. But when it comes to growing your business and advertising and marketing aspect, it's important for me to use a professional, just like anything else.
Absolutely.
And you can tell when somebody goes the cheap route, you can see their cheap results.
True. And I like that you're saying that because you do look at numbers.
Right.
So why don't you tell us a little bit about how those advertising numbers affect the outcome?
Well, I mean, like anything else, it's growth. I mean, if you want growth, true growth, not like you said, word of mouth or, only doing one thing in order to grow. Like if you go to one convention a year and you go and you talk to people at one convention, sure, that might work for a minute. But if you want true consistent growth, you allot a certain an investment in your business. And like I said, it's an investment. It's not an expense. And you have to make sure that not only do you spend that money on it, that you commit to spend it. That means that if you decide to spend a certain amount, let it be $3,000, $5,000, $10,000 a month in advertising, that you don't do it for a month or two, you do it for 6 months or a year. And that's when you truly see results. I get a lot of people saying, well, I can't afford that. Well, then why are you in business? I mean, sometimes I'm harsh enough to tell them, if you can't afford to invest in your business, maybe you need a job. Just because you own your own business doesn't mean, are you doing it because you want to be successful, or are you doing it because you don't want to get up in the morning and have somebody, bugging you to be at work on time? So yeah, you invest in your business, and over time, you'll see the growth. We're talking about how we look at profit and loss statements where somebody spends maybe 5 or 10% of their net profits on advertising. And you look at January of last year to January of this year, and you say, okay, you can see the growth in that if they're advertising correctly, if they're using their marketing correct, if they're tracking it, which is the thing, they're making sure they get the return on investment. And then you see the clients that don't spend anything and then complain that they flatlined, that from one year to the next, they had no growth or they lost money. And so, those answers make me look like a genius when I tell them, well, you need to spend more time on marketing, which is going out and, whether you're doing networking or going to more conventions, participating in those events, or whether you spend money on advertising, which is, of course, the radio, TV, the traditionals or non-traditional, which is everything seems to be moving in the non-traditional. Not moving, it moved.
Right.
Unfortunately, we do the books for advertising agencies, and we've seen how their businesses have changed from being traditional and working with radio and TV and print. Now it's all moved over to digital and production, et cetera, and content and things like that.
But not all, but yeah, a significant portion of that has moved there. And that's why we, as marketing professionals, we have to be ready.
You're a marketing guru. Over there.
So yeah, we have to stay up on the trends, seeing what customers want, being everywhere. And I think that's key too. Like, do not limit yourself to only one channel or one platform. Like, be everywhere as much as possible.
It's important to make sure that you have
Absolutely.
that kind of diversity in your, make sure you try to reach everybody. But I think you'll agree with me with one thing that I believe is true when it comes to advertising and marketing as well. every client is a fingerprint. I may have two of the same businesses right next to each other doing the exact same thing, but each one of them is a fingerprint. There's always significant differences between them. In some cases, it's even a father and son that may have a similar business, but every client is different. What works for one may not work for another, whether it's a personal injury lawyer, a restaurant, an advertising agency, what works for an engineering firm or a construction company doesn't always work. It doesn't always work. I think that's the same for everybody in your industry as well.
Yeah, I think you focus on what you like and what you're best at. So it doesn't matter if it's the same line of work. If you like something more than the other company likes, like for example, if, like you said, injury attorneys, they have so many different ways to approach that, and also like the personality of the business persona, that has a lot to do of how you approach your customers and what kind of clients you're going after. So of course, that's, I think the owner's personality is always going to be injected into the way they do businesses. Correct. So that's why the same line of work can be so different, because each business has its own personality.
Well, if ASU reflects my personality, then ASU is just funny.
It's funny
all the time.
But that isn't. Well, but you probably approach it in a funnier, more entertaining way.
Well, I don't know. If
somehow.
You go up to somebody and go, guess what? You owe $100,000 in taxes.
No, but then you might laugh and you say, well, I have a way to fix it. And then you make the person feel more comfortable than maybe another person that's more serious and
till they get to the
dramatic
parking lot and then realize that they still owe $100,000.
Yeah, but I'm sure you have a way to make him feel better about it.
Well, yeah, number one.
And that's important. That's important.
That means you made a lot of money.
Exactly. Looking at the bright side, that might be your business personality right there.
Yeah, and so what's new? What are you doing next to promote Viva Nola and Scenit Creative?
So what we're doing to promote Viva Nola is getting into a lot of face-to-face events, and we have like a big concert coming up in the summer. It's a Latino.
Want to plug it, baby.
Yeah, it's a Latino artist called Magic Juan from Proyecto Uno. Old school merengue hip hop. It's gonna be fun. Latinos here have been dancing reggaeton for too long, and they wanna really dance. So we're gonna be making them dance that night, August 21st, at the Fillmore. So if you wanna dance, do not miss that. And for Scenit Studios, we are currently we just did like a grand opening. Where people came to tour our studios. So we're telling everybody we're there, we're ready to do their production, and we're going to start doing a lot of social media advertising for that as well. So yeah, we're there to service all kinds of different clients. They don't have to be Latino. They don't have to speak Spanish. We're professionals in every language.
Yeah, I think we did the whole thing. We did this whole podcast in English.
Yeah, I think so.
Right?
Yeah.
Yeah, and funny because we just had breakfast and we did the whole breakfast in Spanish.
In Spanish, yes. Yeah. I love it.
But we had an American breakfast. So great. I look forward to seeing you again on this podcast because I think you and I have, good rapport.
Good rapport. Absolutely. Congratulations on your podcast. And thank you for providing great information to businesses out there.
Yeah. Congratulations to me for making
just kidding. There you go.
I'm Thomas Fontes with Accounting Services Unlimited and keeping businesses in business. Thanks for joining us, and we'll see you in the next one.